You must know that Zulu people are the best all over in the world in singing.
There are many challenges in the world. There's many challenges in South Africa. And the problem, part of the problem is we don't ever get to sit down together with people who are maybe from different backgrounds and have different viewpoints from our own and actually dialogue. And that just leads to increased animosity. As a white South African male, I've had to, over the years, especially in recent years, hear some things about what white males have done in this country and how we are perceived. And I've had to listen to people tell me very clearly about white privilege. And it has been really good for me to sit and to listen and to absorb opinions that are different to my own, because we don't learn much when we're talking. We generally learn more when we're listening.
A refugee may enter the country illegally or legally, because a refugee is somebody who ran away from his country.
Xeno means differences, and phobia is fear of. So it's fear of differences. We have fear of each other, but then maybe that was because we have fear of change.
I remember one guy from Johannesburg who was telling me that when I came to Umlazi, people were afraid of me. People were running away from me. And whatever I was trying to do is what we were saying. Xenophobia can happen in the same country, same province, same area. So it's not something new, it's all over.
So in my understanding, I see xenophobia as a process that deals with two people, the oppressed and the oppressor. The oppressed is full of fear and the oppressor is full of hatred. If I look at an example of a country in Norway, Egypt, there was a king named Pharaoh who came at a time, things just changed, everything changed. And he realized that he was leaving some people who just came in his country and they multiplied themselves and they became so many. And what happened in him, there was hatred. And he said, we can't leave these people here because if we leave them, they're going to multiply and then they can take away our country. And that's hatred becomes more and more in him and develop fear from the Israel people. And that's where xenophobia actually started in that time.
What I want to believe colonialism did to us is the distortion of our own history as the African people. Because what we know are the differences. The fact that we are different and there is nothing common between us, and there is nowhere where one, when he or she grows, understand that no, we are not different. You can be a closer, but when we are closer, it's the issue of geographic allocation, but we are all one. We are one people, we are one nation.
When I was a child, young person, very young, I did not know much, but they used to ask us in the church, pray for South African people. We used to pray a lot. God help the South African people. God please give them the impression. We used to pray in Nigeria.
What we are saying, we used to pray and so forth. Mozambique, their infrastructure was demolished for South Africa. When you go to Matola, when you go to Palavista and other places, they do not have townships because they were bombed by the South African government. But when these people come here looking for jobs and so forth, we only identify differences between us and them because that's what we know. We were made to believe that what is outside the borders or what is outside our language, it does not form part of our family. It's not us, it's them.
People of the country in justifying or correcting what has happened in the past. The economic system shows the way it operates. It deprives certain people of the country the ability to participate. As a result, when certain economies, certain people come into our country, which have a different background or a different struggle to us, they enter a system we're not comfortable in entering, which then that system, which we don't accept and is accepted by others, causes conflict in the unskilled labor. So it's a very skilled system which does not support its people first before we can accommodate people who come from outside. That's what I see.
The remnants of the past, apartheid, has played a major role in xenophobia as well, because I feel like South Africa is there's a lot of issues that haven't been discussed. As a country of South Africa, we haven't really dealt with our issues as a nation ourselves.
The day the late Nelson Mandela died, every Ethiopians, every radio stations, every television was mourning.
I think when we got freedom, our leaders were supposed to inform us as South African that, look, other countries helped us to be liberated. I was even told that in Nigeria there is something called Mandela tax. And I'm sure most of us as South African, we are not aware of that. And I can blame it in most cases to the mass media, the way Africa is presented to us as South Africans. We have no communication. We don't know our brothers. We feel like we are different from them. We feel like we are better. They have failed. We have that kind of image about Africa. So that's why when they come here, we feel like, look, we cannot associate with them because we have no history. We don't know anything about them.
When you come to KZN, you see a group of Zulu people. Speak about the university campus. I want to make it as small as possible. You see Zulu people living in a society on campus, alone. Indians are living alone. That's the honest truth. When you start to think about it, where will this lead to? I'm still on the point of acceptance. You have at the university level at Westville campus not being brought. You have organizations, you have clubs whereby we do not accept each other. There is no team for soccer at Westville campus whereby there are Africans in our league. There are no international students. There are no Indians. There are no white people. It's a certain group of people. Even when you go inside the lecture venue, when groups are made, the acceptance is not there. So once we start to cover all these things that we as different people, we don't accept each other for who we are at first the moment we meet. If we can try and learn to accept each other and not try and make statements which will make us look good and be honest that I did not like a foreigner when he came to South Africa. There was no knowledge of me. I just hated foreigners. To be honest, that's how you heal. I grew up from Eastern Cape, even though there was ANC, there was an influence of Transkei and monarchy. I did not like white people. I was told that white people are the enemy. If you don't speak about those things, then you can't heal. I don't like the English because they're the ones who came with colonization, and what's happening now are the repercussion of the English and the Dutch. If you don't say those things and then you get corrected in such platforms by senior people and more knowledgeable people, then we're wasting our time.
A freedom fighter who said that the day you choose to keep quiet on something that's affecting you, that's when your death arrives.
Do we really have one vision? Are we really together?
As much as we can be separated by continent or countries, but in one way or the other, we need one another.
Wonderful. Everything's connected.
One vision?